You can take from this or you cannot take from this. Well, insisting my mother during the time that she was going to dialysis. My mother was a nurse prior. She really didn't want all that stuff to a certain extent. But we never did think that she would get to this form. But she had triple strokes that led to kidney failure, and she never did allow her body to heal to see if it could recoup from the strokes. She just automatically made a final decision without any thought, and her and my sister did the process and get her registered. But the thing about it is, my mother stayed on the waiting list for a minute, and I think the most disappointment thing that I ever seen in America is when it was time for my mother to get a kidney. Now, she wasn't an alcoholic, she wasn't a drug abuse or anything like that. They chose a person that had already had a kidney, and that he was still abusing his body with cigarette smoke and doing the same thing, and they chose him over my mother. Now, I don't know if it was a perks because he was a veteran or not, but it's not justifiable. He abused the first kidney by not taking care of it, and they passed it off to the next person. I think that was the most disappointing, disgusting thing that this dialysis place done to my mother, and they were cruel to her. And there was one place that I took her out of there and took her to another dialysis center. I believe it started with F, but I can't even think of the name of it. That's how disgusting of it. And to be honest, I wish they would shut it down. Because sometimes you get nurses there. This is my true family. You get nurses. If you don't have family support system, if you don't have the finances and the means, the pull, the political pull, the knowing somebody, then you get done like this. I would say that the nurses was corrupt in there, and they was creating the havoc in my mother's life. I'm not going to go in details, but when I noticed that the dishonesty and the mistreatment of my mom and my mom would tell me, then I started looking for other places to put her in, and I removed her. But the sad thing, the choices that she made without taking what she known, which is natural remedies to try to restore her health by listening to man-made. That's the horriblest thing and hurtful thing to happen. She hated that they had bruised her body with tried different parts, and her skin would reject, her arm, her chest. They tried everywhere, and a lot of it was due to error, because either someone did not know what they were doing, and just her body was rejecting it. The only thing that I can take away from this is if we would have stayed in our Indian territory, her chances would have been more better. Her life would have been more better. I can say this personally, Americanized stuff, I'm not for it. I'm really not for it, because it's not fair. The world is not fair. Everybody's situation is different. Someone may have another situation, but we have we have families that don't have a clue. They just believe in what someone tells them, and not understanding those people are just going to work. They don't have the best interest in your family. So you have to take the initiative to find out the ins and outs prior to it. By me learning from this, I know what I will not do in the future for anybody in my family based on the loss that I lost from my mother. So we do support American Kidney Foundation. We do donate on a regular basis. American Kidney Foundation, we've been doing this ever since my mother was doing it. My mother began because of her niece, Alberta Young. She died for kidney failure, renal stage, which is last stage of kidney failure. And we would donate all the things that we weren't using. Sometimes there are a lot of brand new stuff. Sometimes you just buy a whole bunch of stuff, clothing, shoes, your outgrow, household appliances and different stuff like that we have access and get tired of and want to change out and get something new. Sometimes it's brand new stuff that we hadn't even opened out the box. But every Tuesday, or as long as you call them, they schedule a trip out, American Kidney Foundation, to pick up. They do a pickup. So this day is what I'm doing today in remembrance of my mom as well. In 2015, I lost my mother to renal kidney failure. And so we never did stop. Me, my brother, and my son have never stopped doing the same thing that she was doing with donating to American Kidney Foundation. So I've been holding out for a while, and I said, let me go in and go through this garage, and let me go through these closets and get rid of the stuff that we do not wear. Because a lot of times we just don't want to wear it, or we get bored. We may wear it maybe one time. And so, or we may have, my grandson may have outgrown some clothes. And so we donated it to American Kidney Foundation. And I decided to share this to you, and hopefully that you can pick a foundation. But if you didn't know, I'm in Texas, and American Kidney Foundation do come out, and they do pick up. You just have to let them know, pack it and tell them where to pick it up. So thank you for listening to my video. But this is in remembrance of my mom.